All right, so I had a guy that I haven't talked to in probably like 20 fucking years reach out and ask about mace training, see if I could put something together so we can help learn some mace training. So first, let's talk about different maces that you can play with. I have, fuck me, maces from 8X, White Lion. I've got the water mace one, which I can't remember the name now, Hydro Mace. I've got a strongergrip.com mace. I've got, I can't remember the name of it, but one made out of wood that you put plates on. I have some On It maces that I hate. I think they're trash. Just not a fan of them at all. I have, and then at the Bell Fest that I was just at a few months ago up in Colorado, I got to play with maces from Strongman Dan. I can't remember what the name of it is now. I'll try to tag it though. And that's one where you put weights on it, where you just put plates on. So you buy, it's like a couple $100, but then you can put shit tons of plates on it and get it real heavy if that's what you want. So I've played with lots of different maces. And let me tell you the differences, the ones I like, the ones I don't like. So as I already said, I can't stand On It. I think most of the stuff that I've used of theirs seems cheap, which makes sense because I bought them for cheap, right? They weren't expensive. They were very cost effective. And if it's all you can fucking afford, I guess, whatever. But if you can spend a smidge of money for a solid mace, one complete piece like this, White Lion's my favorite for that. I know there's some weird shit going on with the tariffs and stuff coming in from Canada. I've had a couple people telling me that they followed my instructions. They ordered from White Lion and there's like some weird extra costs going in. So reach out to them before you order. Make sure you know the total cost of everything before you do it. But I really do. I like them the most. It's worth the extra money. Even if it costs you extra, I should say. I think it's worth it. They're fucking phenomenal. I beat the living shit out of these things. You know, like I have no problem going out and throwing them and shit. And they still do pretty well. Like you can see, I've ripped some of the stuff off here, but underneath is still perfect. God, I love it. It's so nice. Anyway, they're my favorite for solid maces. For adjustable maces, I really like the ADEX, I don't fucking know what it's called, but ADEX. I have the mace and I have the club, and they're both fantastic. It comes with weights, so you can load it up. I want to say the kit that I got was a mace handle and a club handle, and like 22 and a half pounds of plates to put on. So for the mace, that brings it up to like 30. For the club, I want to say it brings it up to like 25 or 22 and a half, something like that. No, it's got to be 25, I think. So plenty of weight for a long, long time. When you're first starting out with the mace, you're going to be using like 7 to 12 pounds. You know, you're going to be using a pretty lightweight while you're learning it and then adding weight over time. So if you spent, I think it's like $300 for this kit, you'll be good for quite a while. Yeah. And then there's add-on kits to make it heavier if that's the direction you end up going. At Bellfest, I got to use the Strongman Dan's mace where you put the plates on, and that thing was awesome. I really liked it. I thought it was well machined. Like I inspected it pretty good, and then I swung. I probably did like 100 swings just to feel it out, you know, and like put a couple plates on, like fucked around with it a little bit, and I was very impressed. I have the other ones, those like wooden ones, and I'm not a fan. They're fine, but they just don't feel right for a mace. If you're used to more of a gada, more of like an, I guess, Indian style mace where it's wood and so you like that feel or whatever, maybe you go that direction. But otherwise, I would go with Strongman Dan's. Again, I'll link his shit below. It's just good. It's just very, very good, very well made. Now, let's go over some technique bullshit. Technique for the mace and for the club, right? Whether you're using a mace or a club, the technique is pretty much the same at first. When you get more advanced with it and you're doing like flows and stuff, it might change. Depends on what you're trying to do with it. But When you're first learning, you're learning things like 360s and stuff. You're just learning how to swing it around. There's no change in the technique. Technique's the same. So, I have 2 drills that I like to teach people to learn the mace. And that's, I just call it the around the world, the club or mace around the world. You get your mace up, bottom hand is going the opposite direction. So if I always think the hand that's against the pommel is pointing the direction that hand is going to go, I should always be right. And then I literally will just lay it down on my opposite shoulder. So bottom hand is my left hand. That's the one that's on the pommel. It's pushing across my body. The head of the mace is on the other side of my body. Okay, so pommel, head are on opposite sides of my head, of my center line. Okay, so as it comes around, I lift it as high as I can get it, and then I lower it all the way down behind my neck. Pull it to the other side, and then again, straight across. Franny! No. Okay, so down behind my head, I bring it to the other side, and I pull it across. Again, the head of the mace and the pommel of the mace are on opposite sides of my center line. This is more or less teaching me the motion that I should be going. Oh, I can't pet you right now, girl. I can't pet you right now. I'm doing something. You got to go on, please. Go on. I'll pet you in a little bit. Okay, so head of the mace is going towards the opposite shoulder. I can even like sneak my shoulder forward a little if that helps you mentally. And it comes up, down in the center, other side and across. And just get that motion really clean. And that is essentially your Mace 360. Or at least that's the hand movement or whatever of your Mace 360. So now what you need is to understand how to control the momentum. This is the much harder part. I can teach you that first part in 5 minutes. You'll have it. Good to go. But understanding how to use the momentum and ride the wave is like how I like to think of it. You're riding the momentum wave. And that's how you're able to do hundreds of reps with heavy weight, is by riding that wave and controlling it and getting a strong enough core to do those things, blah, blah, blah. So what you're going to do, use that drill, get it behind your back, and we're going to do what's called tick-tocks. So think of like that old English clock with that big lever arm, tong, 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 tong. Well, that's the shit that you're going to do. You're going to get it just swinging side to side, and you're going to use your weight to push it side to side. And as you start to get it swinging, then you're going to start extending your arms a little bit of tricep work here. And then you get higher and higher up in the air. Your hands are going directly up, straight up, until you can pull it over. Now, I like to think of that point as like parallel to the ground, okay? Until that mace or club is parallel to the ground, I'm not pulling. I'm going to keep playing with that swinging motion, okay? Also, try to remember what side you went to so you pull it over the correct side and you're not learning bad fucking habits. Anyway, so we get here, we just start swinging, swinging, swinging. I can use a twist of my body. I can offset my weight. All these things are positive if they help you learn, or you could just be rigid. Again, all depends on what you're looking for out of this exercise. I personally like tons of reps, so I use every bit of that momentum that I possibly can until it's parallel to the ground, and then, whoop, pulling it straight down. Now, when I'm pulling it straight down, it's up, up, down. Slamming my hands into my belly button is what I'm thinking about to pop the head of the mace up this way. And that's an important thing. When people learn, they try to throw it back and pull forward, and that's not the motion. The motion is alongside of me. It's parallel to my body. So if you watch me swing the mace, it stays incredibly close to me at all times. My old coach used to say, or used to have us, stand, it was like 12 inches away from a wall, and if you hit the wall, you fucked up. right? A very specific, easy cue. Scary as shit, but you knew when you fucked up. I love little drills like that because they're instant feedback. It's like that kettlebell drill I teach where you smack one kettlebell into the other one. Instant feedback that I fucked up. So you want it as tight to your body as you can in the front and as tight to your body as you can in the back. And to do that, you obviously can't go over this way. I can't even do it with this weight. Jesus, I need something significantly lighter. So I couldn't even go back like this because I would hit whatever. I have to go sideways here and keep it tight into my body just so I wouldn't hit stuff. But that also teaches me the correct path that the mace should be using. You're okay, girl. Anyway. So once you've got those two drills down, that's really it. You should then be able to start doing it. I would do them as two separate drills. Just do the around the world. I don't know, fucking sets of 10 each direction or some shit. And then get it behind you and just do TikToks. And make that your workout. Every time you pick up the mace, you do 3 sets of 10 around the world per side. And you do TikToks for 5 minutes. And that's it. And then over time, it'll make more and more sense. Then you can start putting the two together. So instead of just doing your around the world as their own independent thing, now maybe you go around the world and start your TikTok. Pull over the shoulder. Around the world, TikTok. Okay, I get it up, I pull it down, boom, etc., etc. And once you've really got it, you won't need it anymore. The cast is not the scary part. The casting up is not the scary part. It's the swinging, it's the actual swinging. Once you understand where your hands go is what I mean. Once you understand where your hands go, and that's what the around the world's teaching you, the cast isn't such a big deal. Now, the fun part of this is shield cast. I love the reasoning for a lot of things. So why do we do this drill? What's it come from? I was taught that it comes from sword fighting. So in sword fighting, you would shield cast, so you'd cast up like this to catch their blade, swing it around and smash into your opponent. And that could be also mace or whatever it is, but that's originally supposedly what club stuff comes from. And that's why they call it a shield cast. I block the sword, swing it through, smash into my opponent. And that kind of makes sense. Not that I know fuck all about sword fighting, but that kind of makes sense, right? Okay, I've seen that in fucking movies and shit, so it's probably accurate. So yeah, that just makes it more fun to me. And when I think about how that works, oh, okay, so if my hands come up this way, it makes sense that the weight has to be here and I'm catching it, deflecting it out, moving my body around and coming, oh, okay, that makes sense. Anyway, I just thought that was fucking cool, so I added it at the end of the video for you. That's the first thing you need to learn. Everything else stems off of it. Once you can swing, once you understand how to move the momentum, then everything else makes sense. Whether you want to turn it into different styles of flows and shit, you know, totally options that you have, silly crap. That, if that's the direction you want to go, absolutely makes sense. You can totally do it, but you have to have this part first. All the flows are not really my bag of tea, or my cup of tea, or whatever the fucking phrase is, but they're perfectly viable, and they're good ways to keep your body mobile, moving, right? When I do my flow type stuff, I typically do it with a kettlebell, but hey man, teach their own. So I hope that helps. Send me more questions if you want to learn something else. I have taken a few classes on mace flow, so if that's the direction you're trying to go, let me know and I'll put some stuff together for you. I don't know, fuck man, good to hear from you.